What's up, guys? Fish here. You're on expedition. You've ridden all day long. All you want is a beer and a seat. Well, not quite there yet. In the Expedition Field Manual is everything you need. We're going to go through the acronym S.A.F.A.R.I, which is your evening bike check. You don't want to find a critical failure on your bike in the morning when everyone's kickstands up and you're that guy that, oh wait, my chain needs to be adjusted. Oh wait, I have no coolant left in my radiator. So in the evening, we have an acronym called S.A.F.A.R.I. The first thing under S is subframe check. So what you're going to be looking for in general is any loose bolts. You should be looking throughout the day, honestly. Anytime you're off the bike, you're checking your straps in your bag, you're just giving your bike a once-over because it's sexy to look at, or hopefully is, and you're just looking for anything that looks abnormal, as a bolt backing itself out that you didn't see before. So you're going to be checking subframe bolts. So those are going to be these bolts. It's not a bad idea to check everything from your foot peg bolts to your kickstand on the other side, engine mounting bolts. It should be pretty obvious when something is backing out. That bolt here, they have a lot of tension, a lot of vibration. Let's go to the other side. I've been to Mongolia. My kickstand fell off. Why? Because this bolt broke. So just being cognizant of what is the shape of the bolts, where are they at, before you even leave the first time on the first day, you've gone through all of this. And so you should have a good understanding of what you're looking for and what the condition is at the beginning of the trip so that you can notice change pretty easily. So you're checking subframe bolts. A in S.A.F.A.R.I is axle bolts. This is going to be your axle bolt on this side. So you're just basically, you can grab a wrench and just do a quick check. But if these are locked down, they're going to prevent your axle bolts from backing out. But you should be able to do a visual check that really quickly you're just like, I don't see a space in between here and here. I don't see a space there. I'm going to my rear axle bolt. I'll actually just give it a finger twist. There have been occasions where I give a twist. I'm like, holy crap, that moves. You can also, before you leave, when you're at the rental place, you can get a Sharpie. Just do a little Sharpie mark here, a Sharpie mark here. And that's a good trick so you can visually look at something and tell if it's backing out or not. F on S.A.F.A.R.I is fluid check. Now, you're generally going to want to do this right when you get into camp. Your bike's going to be hot. I would say don't check fluid right away. Maybe save that for last, but don't skip it. Your fluid check is going to be your radiator. Generally on a lot of bikes, you're not going to be able to see an overflow that's going to give you a visual cue. You're going to want to open this and make sure that you can see fluid at the top of the radiator. If it's hot, you're gonna have a bad day. So wait for your bike to cool off before you check that. You're also gonna be checking oil levels. On most bikes, there is a oil window. You'll see it right here. And the way we ride, you're gonna have to scrape off dirt and mud and stuff to see it. And what you wanna do is tilt your bike, have it level, tilt it up, and you should see that oil window fill up with oil. You wanna make sure your oil level is full, because that's a good way to blow up your motor if it has no oil in it. Next will be air filter. You're gonna know your bike. In this particular bike, the air filter is underneath this panel here. Jordan has used molly straps so that they're quick release. That way you can just pry up this bag, pop off this panel, and take a look at your air filter. Be aware when you're riding. If you're riding sweep, if you're riding toward the back of the pack and you are eating dust, take a look at your face at the end of the day. That's an indicator of what your air filter might look like. So that is also why you might want to hang back a little bit. Saves the longevity of your bike. It's not breathing in as much dust. You're not breathing in as much dust. And it's not going to require the air filter to be cleaned as regularly. Range. What I'll do, obviously there's a visual cue. You want to take a look. Do I have fuel in the tank? Can I see the fuel through the tank, or do I need to look in from the top? And what I do as well is I reset my odometer every time I fuel up. I want to know what's my range, and then I can look at my odometer and say my range is 200 miles. If I look at my odometer and I know I've ridden 140 miles, okay, I know I'm probably down to a quarter tank of gas we need to start looking at getting gas first thing in the morning, or if there's a gas supply nearby, I want to get topped up. And if you're low, others are low. So make sure to remind each other, we all work as a team.
And knowing what the range on your bike is.
Yeah, know what the range of your bike is, because if you're riding a little bike that gets 50 miles to the gallon, or if you're riding a 690 that gets 12, whatever the range is, make sure you've done the research to calculate what distance you can go, and be aware, if you're riding in dunes versus riding dirt roads, you're gonna burn a lot more gas riding in sand and dunes than you are on dirt roads. So keep that in mind. Don't always assume that your range is gonna be accurate according to specifications. And then inspect chain and sprocket. So that's gonna be on this side of the bike. You have two sprockets. You have a front sprocket, and you want to take a look. Is your bolt backing out? Are the teeth of your sprocket in good condition, or does it look like a bald wheel? The rear sprocket, are your teeth looking good? Do you need a chain adjustment? You want to have your gear on the bike so that your bike is sitting at the proper height with it being loaded, and then you want to check to see if you have about 2 fingers of slack under your chain. If it's really, really sloppy, you're gonna need to do a chain adjustment to make sure that that's correctly aligned, and you don't want to do that in the morning when someone goes, yo Fish, your chain looks like crap, and you look down and go, oh crap, it does. Now I'm delaying everyone. I'm becoming part of a problem instead of a solution. So just be responsible for your lifeline. This is what is gonna get you in and out of a country. Don't ride it like you stole it, ride it like you need it. So, and then circle back around. By the time you've kind of gone through everything and maybe you've done a chain adjustment, your radiator's probably cooled down. You're gonna circle back around to do that final fluid check. Just you put the back of your hand on your radiator, see if it's cool to the touch or if it's hot still. If it's cool to the touch, slowly ease this radiator cap off. Make sure you have fluid in there, and then you're good to go.